I really appreciate you taking the time to do this anyways. I guess just, I mean, on the topic that we are to kick off, can you give us a little insight as to how you're staying motivated and sort of engaging with your training during the whole current lockdown situation?
Yeah, I suppose I'm probably in one of the luckier situations in that I live with a group of athletes. So there's 5 of us here in the house that all play rugby. There's one with the 15 squad, and the rest of us are all with the 7 squad. There's one boy, the poor lad, but he'll get over it. And then, but one of the girls has gone home. So myself and another girl, I suppose, have been able to motivate each other. It makes it a lot easier, I suppose, with a training partner. Like, even just being like to each other, oh, we'll go train at 10 o'clock in the morning, like we have a specific time and place, if you know what I mean, that it makes it a lot easier. Where if I was on my own, I think I'd be like, oh, I might do that later, and feeling a bit stiff now. Like, so even just knowing that, like, we can have open conversations and just being like, how are you feeling today? And knowing that it's okay, she feels the same way I do. We're all having a bit of a bad day today, or today's a good day, whatever it may be, that you're not alone in the situation. So I suppose I'm pretty lucky in that situation. But training in general has been fine. Like, we've been given our programs weekly, and we just stay on top of it. I suppose we're questionable to one another anyway, and we still have our GPS units and things. So you've no choice but to do it, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. You can't really hide with that, I suppose. Yeah.
But we've just been trying to do some team activities then as well. Like, so we've done a lot of kind of HIIT classes, just trying to keep us together. And then, like, a couple of weeks ago, one of the girls did a quiz, and kind of just different things each week, just trying to keep us all chatting, I suppose.
Yeah, so it's just, obviously it looks a lot different now, but what would a typical training day or even a week look like for you if we weren't in the current situation?
So Mondays and Tuesdays are late training days, so we go in from around lunchtime, so it's around 1 o'clock we head in. We will do our monitor and mobility then straight off, and then we'll head to pitch. We'll have a pitch session for about an hour to 90 minutes, depending on the week. We'll come back in, we'll have a bit of break, a bit of grub, and then maybe some video analysis. We could have a meeting or anything in that stage, and then we'll have a gym session that afternoon or that evening, so around 5:30, 6ish. So we get out of there around 7, 7:30 maybe, after dinner. And then on a Thursday and a Friday, Wednesday's a rest day, and then Thursday and Friday we do early morning sessions, so we're in from 8 a.m. We do the same kind of thing, but earlier, pitch in the morning, usually a double pitch on a Thursday, and then just a pitch and a gym on a Friday, and we're done by probably lunchtime-ish, so about 1 o'clock we're out the gap. So they try to cater for the college students. A lot of the lectures go on in the mornings generally, so they try to kind of cater for both ends of it as well. But
obviously rugby is a very male-dominated sport, especially in Ireland. So could you kind of give some insight as to how the landscape has changed over the past few years in relation to women playing rugby? And have you seen increased participation? And then what do you think needs to happen to encourage female athletes to stay in rugby, or in general, just in sport?
Well, since I've started to play, the game's changed dramatically. Like, even from little things to kit allocation to jerseys, to the amount of time you get on a field, to even, like, right now we've so many people looking after us. We don't have to really worry about minute details. They look after that for us. Like, we've S&C coaches, we've physios, they're full time with us. The game's changed dramatically from that point of view. There's definitely an increase in participation, 100%, and what's actually really nice for me to see is that participation's happening much younger. So when I started playing at 16, 17, there's now girls actually playing from 10. And the levels at when I started at 16, 17 are actually huge, they're massive, which in long term will only grow even further, which is great to see. I think the attitude to the sport has changed dramatically from the female aspect. It's not perceived as a male game anymore, but I think that's huge. I think that'll hopefully continue to grow once we get out of this isolation. And we'll keep pushing on with that.
I think it's always interesting to see how things evolve and how quickly it comes together, especially this year with the whole 20 by 20 and a bunch of other initiatives that have come into play. I think it's definitely helped significantly. So it's always good to hear an athlete's perspective on it anyways, just to sort of see how their respective sport is handling it. Trying to switch gears here then, you represented Ireland in the 2015 Six Nations and during the 2017 Women's World Cup. Can you give us some insight into the emotions that you felt like before and during and after those matches, and kind of what would your preparation look like for that versus a normal, match on a weekend?
The Six Nations in 2015, that was my first cap year. So for me, that was just hugely exciting. I remember my first cap in Italy, and I just remember being just so excited just to play. And just being involved in it, it was just something that I'd never done before. And the atmosphere, there wasn't even a huge crowd at the game, but like they were electric as far as I was concerned. So that was huge for me. I ended up actually injuring myself just at the end of that, so I never actually got to finish playing that Six Nations. The girls did the job, and I ended up coming home with the Six Nations title. But so that was a little bit bittersweet, I suppose, for me. But for me, it was a great start to 15s. And then I still kind of got a bit more involved in the sevens and played it in, and came into the 2017 World Cup. To play on home soil, it's really understandable. Like that World Cup obviously didn't go as planned and how we wanted it to go, but all those games, they're so enjoyable. Like my family never really get to see me play, or when I play 15, so to have so many of them there cheering, it's just indescribable, that feeling. The home Six Nations, or the home World Cup, was just ridiculous. It was the whole country just got behind the team.
Yeah.
It didn't go as planned, but it was just crazy. I don't think we ever thought it was that possible, to be honest.
I'd say so. I'd say it's probably one of those things you don't realize the significance of it until after the fact. Like,
you're kind of in your own little bubble, and you obviously need to be, because you have a job to do at the end of the day. But it's when you come out of that and kind of like get to read the articles, or get to see some of the social media parts of it, like the amount of support we had was absolutely ridiculous, and I don't think we've ever experienced anything like it before. Like with the 2020, like it's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger since then. It's been great.
This kind of feeds into it then. How would you say, like, what role has sport played in shaping who you are today? And do you find that it's hard for you to separate your identity as an athlete and as an individual? Do those lines kind of blur frequently, or do you have kind of a good balance, do you think?
No, I think it's definitely shaped my life hugely. I think for me, probably being one of them, there's not many professional athletes, female athletes within the country, and being one of them, I think, is a massive honour for me. But also, it's something that's not been done before either. So, especially within rugby, so it's as great as it is, there's so much further it can go. I think we've probably struggled with that, as you said, like having maybe those separate identities. Like it's very hard, I think, when you're the first to kind of do something, to try and not mess it up for everyone else, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, completely.
Definitely struggle at times to have a different identity, and even like people are great and people are so supportive, but people only see you as an athlete. I definitely struggle with that at times, because I'm a person before I'm an athlete. Like they look at you so differently. It could be, why aren't you running? Or if it's Christmas and you're out for a drink with your family at Christmas Eve, like, are you allowed to drink that?
Yeah.
So that part of it, I definitely do struggle with a little bit. But it comes part and parcel of it, and I don't think I changed it either, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
It's an honour to put on a green jersey, and every time I do it, I'm extremely happy to do it. So if people are going to judge me for taking a drink every now and again, then do you know what? Let them do that.
Let them. We used to play GAA for Wexford. Can you give us the background into how you got started in that, and then what ultimately led you to rugby, and what do you think is different between the GAA and obviously Irish rugby?
So I grew up playing rugby. I think I just sport mad when I was younger. I think I had this thing about the boys that they just couldn't be better than me. So I just wanted to beat them in everything they did. So I think right now, I think county athletes, like, they do huge amount of work. I don't want to undermine what they do, because what they do is huge, and the amount of work and effort they put in for nothing, I suppose, bar to play for the pride of playing for their county is huge. So it's very different, I suppose, from that point of view. But I can imagine for them to get to put on their county jerseys is huge. It's the same for me putting on an international jersey. I think the way the GAA has gone in the last few years, I think they put equal amounts of work in and work just as hard as a lot of professional athletes do, and probably don't get the recognition they deserve, to be honest.
Yeah, completely. Right, okay, just finishing up, what does your recovery and nutrition strategy entail, and how do you unwind?
For recovery, we have ice baths. They're our favourite things in the world. So we can do mixed, so you can do hot and cold, 2 minutes on, 2 minutes out, hot, or you can do just 5 minutes full blast. There's a lot of stretching and mobility that happens. As an older athlete, we need to keep the joints a bit more limber than the younger ones. But there's a lot of stretching and mobility happens. And then from a food point of view, we just like to eat smart. So like, we have treats, we enjoy our treats when we have them, but like 80% of what we put into our bodies is what we need for the day or for the week or whatever it may be. Like, we're not no food to us, I suppose, or to me anyway, is bad. If you want something, have it, but also just don't have it all the time.
Yeah, I think that's a good approach too. I think the whole, like, a few athletes have said that now in terms of the 80-20 rule. Like, you know, I think it's good not to be too strict, otherwise it's just not sustainable. Like,
no, it's
not at all. Not
gonna want it anyway, and then
exactly.
10 of them.
Exactly. Might as well just have the one now, then the whole box later. Like, one piece of advice to young female athletes, what would it be?
Don't have regrets. I think everyone has regrets, but look at them slightly different. So look at them as if they're your learnings. You have to do something wrong to do it right. And I think that's been a huge learning for me over the past years.
Right. Well, Katie, I really appreciate your time. Thanks very much. This has been great.
No worries.
I hope you keep well for the rest of this lockdown, and well, good luck with your Instagram takeover tomorrow.
Perfect. Thanks very much.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Thank you.